Inside Out, brought to you by Promise Resource Network. This is not Courtney.
Not Courtney.
Doesn't even look like Courtney, even a little bit. The glasses is what threw me off. You want to introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Eric.
My mama gave me this name, and that's all I got all these years. All I got is this name. What do you do here?
Recovery Cafe.
There you go.
Cafe, for support. I'm in recovery, recovering alcoholic. 18 months clean.
Good deal.
Learning, enjoying. That's all I got.
That's all you got? That's all you need? Nice. Nice. I talk a lot, so if you want to say something, just nudge me. Okay, you all just throw something at me or raise your hand or something. So I don't know why I came up with the word disgruntled. That is an odd word, isn't it?
It's a good word.
It is a good word.
It really expresses feelings of all over the place, Mad.
Let me find disgruntled. Did
Not happy.
I knock it off? I must have.
Sad.
Disgruntled. Angry or dissatisfied. Judges receive letters from disgruntled members of the public. Disgruntled. Angry or dissatisfied. That's kind of not as much fun as I thought.
I think it's important.
What? Yeah, you got something, David?
Another meaning is even annoyed or unhappy or disappointed about something, be it a person, an expectation, or a situation.
Nice. That's a much better one. Robin, can you close that door right there, sweetheart? Disgruntled is a powerful word, right? It is. It's you often hear it about employees that have been let go. You got another one, Dave?
And another thing, since it is an adjective, this is pertaining to behavior. Dissatisfied or disconnected, sulky, peevish.
I like peevish.
I mean, also sullen and grouchy and grumpy.
Yeah.
As far as behavioral context to being disgruntled.
Pistoffacy.
There
There you go. Patent that. I got that. I don't need to patent. Yes, Alan.
I'm good at being grumpy. I'm definitely got skills.
That is a skill. And I must say, when you're in the mood, Alan, you are very, very good at that. But that's all right. We have an example. I tell you what, Alan is not near as grumpy as he used to be. Neither am I. I used to be really grumpy in the morning. And I'm not near as grumpy, probably because I'm by myself. I'm staying by myself now. Hard to get up and say, shut up. Oh, it's me. So disgruntled is a powerful word. To me, that means beyond angry. It is a lingering resentment. It is, I am pissed off my expectations.
Yeah, it's more than just angry.
Yeah, it is. It is.
I like that one of the words associated with it is disconnected.
Ooh, that makes sense.
Because when you're really disgruntled about something, you're disconnected from how you would normally be. Like it could have that much of an effect on us.
I'm disconnected from myself.
That part.
Yeah, that's it. Disconnected from the world is one thing, but when I'm disconnected to myself, ooh, that's another. Oh, hold on. Yes, sir.
Yeah, when you're very, very unhappy.
Yeah.
I mean, I ain't never heard that word,
Yeah.
but I know what it means. And I don't want to be it.
I don't want to be it either. That's the last thing I want to be. Yes, ma'am.
Are we giving examples or you have some other things?
You can still talk about disgruntled. You can give an example or what, honey?
My hands started shaking about 4 years ago, and
Yeah.
I got sober, and I had this handshake, and it gets worse and worse and worse. And sometimes I can't write, and sometimes I drop things, and I get so pissed off, I get so disgruntled. I'm like, stop it. I hate it so much. It's really, it's a defect when you have your hand jacked. That's why I'm having somebody put Uber on my phone. I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
So, but today, I dropped the phone in my meeting this morning, and I was trying to speak, and So after that, I picked it up and I said, I've gone to the doctor. They really don't care. If I had money, they'd probably take care of it, but they really don't do much for me. They said that the thing that they could do for me would make me as worse than, the drugs are worse than this. But maybe I'll push it. You just have to push with doctors, and it just hurts to do that. But so anyway, I did say, dear God, okay, I accept this. My hands are not going to stop shaking. Whatever you have for me to do with shaking hands, I'll do it with grace instead of with disgruntled. And I'm going to try.
Does the shaking of the hands stop you from sharing your story?
No.
See, we're all gifted, and there are things that I have to put up with, even though I'm disgruntled about them, even though I'm pissed off about it. I am a person too that shakes, and I'll be holding something in my hand, will do that, and it'll lose it. So it's discouraging, it's dissatisfying, it's the stupid, it's the ugly. It is, it's the pissed off. And it's something that I have now that I can't stop, I can't control. And that makes me disgruntled. Yeah, David.
A perfect example for just me being disgruntled recently. One of my ambitious goals was to be a PSS, peer support specialist. But my choice to improve, work on some things going to the respite, pushed that back for a year.
Yeah.
But I was really discouraged and disgruntled about that, but I almost immediately was able to flip it into acceptance that I'm doing this for me, to learn some things. And part of my solution for that is not only am I going to go today and enroll to start getting my GED, but I've made the decision to, after I get my GED, go into college, actual college, to get a degree that would benefit me more when I decide to throw my hat into actually working in the mental health field.
There you go.
And I'm excited about that. And I'm happy that I'm that grounded in my recovery process, that even when I'm not all that well, that I'm able to identify and get into the solution.
Yeah.
Because before, things like that kind of discernment could have led me down a completely different path.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. How does that initial, I can't do this for a whole year, how does that disgruntledness feel?
How does
that feel to you?
It was really uncomfortable because a little backstory, well over a decade ago, a very similar situation happened to me. And without getting kind of into the solution, before long, I was back out there really in my bullshit and messing up. But that's not part of my story today. Because my ambition and my motivation and my alignment has changed a little bit.
Yeah.
And I look at the potential of how much more growth I can have by the time I'm through that process. And yeah, it's going to be a good thing. It's actually, I'm kind of looking at it as one of those God winks. How much more I can accomplish and how better off I'll be when I get to that point.
One of the things we were going to talk about, I don't have paper anymore. I do it on my phone. I'm almost caught up. I'm almost caught up. Claim ownership and control your life.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I guess that my share on that was that's kind of what I did.
Yeah.
With that. I didn't let it defeat me, so to speak.
That's it. I have ownership over this situation. I have ownership over this choice of mine. What am I going to do? Am I going to stay disgruntled? Right? If I can claim that, I can claim that disgruntledness. Right? I don't know if that's a word or not, but
It is.
but if I when I say something, when I seek something, I find something. And I can do that with being disgruntled. When I claim ownership of what it is I want to do, of what it is I want to be, and begin to control my life as much as I can, that's the shit right there. That's what I want today. I want to be the owner of my life. I like that. The owner of my life.
Experience.
Yeah, it is. So it's like being on the other side of the mountain. Yeah, we had to climb. We had to face. We had to fight. But we're good. We're good. We're in the good space. Yeah, it is awesome, isn't it? What else do we know about disgruntledness, pissed offness? Be quiet. Okay.
I'm going through a lot of disturbance lately.
Yeah.
Something I've been calling it spells. I mean, it seemed like spells, like it be indirect. Like, you know, I might be a distance away and my head a negative thought, or a negative thought might be spread before it even come into an area. It's kind of like a spell.
Yeah.
And it's something when your back turned. I've been going through a lot of it. It's just pissing me off a little bit. Like, you don't have to actually experience it. Like, I guess passive aggressiveness.
Okay.
I don't know how to deal with all that because I'm not passive aggressive. I'm gonna say exactly what you gonna know.
Yeah, I can teach you if you want to be passive aggressive. I'm good at that. No, I hear. Is it the energy that you feel?
I'm actually like it don't be nothing directly to me, but
Yeah.
it might be an indirect comment
Yeah.
or something like that, or it might be some backbiting when I'm not around, and then
Yeah.
our relationship change and won't even. And if you came off of me like you didn't like me, I'm not gonna like you, and that's gonna.
Yeah.
If somebody done told you not to like me, and we done came up, oh man, it's like a. It's if you got a lot of people doing it, it's kind of a spellbound.
Yeah. It makes you disgruntled when a lot of people are coming against you, talking shit about you. Yeah. I understand that. Absolutely. That makes it hard when we're surrounded by people that are negative. Yes, ma'am.
My name is Robin. You know, when you were talking, I went right back to the times in my life when I felt that way and remembered how hard it was for me. And when I was manager and all the girls would gossip about me, I thought they hated me and everything was, and I was torn up inside and didn't know what to do, because what are you going to do? Go to the people and say, don't talk about me. And so I grew and grew and got this old. And the only thing I can say is a couple of things is what people say. I mean, you know, I'm different. Look at me. I have purple hair. I have the lace on, and you know the standard people. What's that girl doing? You should wear really sexy clothes and all that good stuff. And so I've been talked about all my damn life. And through my other meetings and through here, I had to put in my head is I don't give a damn what you think about me. I am me. I am me. I've been like this. Fuck you.
That's all I did.
It's hard. And then, you know, and because you're, and then the other thing is I think about is in this room, nobody's talking about me because they're more interested in themselves.
Space. I like coming here.
So people generally think more about themselves than they do about you. So when you think they're talking about you, they're probably talking about themselves.
You know what? You know the three things.
No, probably not.
A third of the people love you no matter what you do. They will love you. They are there for you. A third of the people will not love you no matter what you do. You'll never make it up. They'll never be able to forgive you. A third of the people will not love you. And the other third really don't give a shit.
Where'd you get these?
Where did I get off my fingers? Oh, yeah, Ronald.
Turn, flip it, say, I don't give a damn what they're saying about me. You know,
That's right. All right, hold on. You got Ronald.
The next time somebody talk about me
and I know about, should I say, thanks for being concerned to me.
Ooh, I like that. And move on. That's right. I like that a lot, Ronald. I'm glad you're concerned about me. That is, that'll shut him up, won't it? I'm going to say that too. That's a good
I
one.
like that, Ronald. I really, thanks for sharing.
Yeah.
That's
That
really the acceptance right there.
it is. It is. The acceptance of another person, and what you're saying is can it be helpful? Using our past, using the difficulties of our present. Right? We always know that makes it better. We always know it helps the other person, and I always know it helps me too. Right? So, here you go, Nudge. I said, nudge me if you want to say something. Yes, sir.
In that space of disgruntlement, like I've been exactly in that space that he was talking about. Still fight through it sometimes now, where you just feel like everybody's talking about you. You know what I mean? I came to realize that my disgruntlement was because I didn't have any hope. I didn't know who I was. I didn't know what I wanted. I didn't know what I liked, and I thought that other people knew that too. So I always felt like people were talking about me, that they were judging me. The further and further I'm getting in recovery, because of the isolation, because I thought that I was invisible, even though I'm feeling like people are noticing me and talking about me, I had to start realizing that if they are talking about me, then I'm not invisible. If I am having a bad day and they're talking about that, that's because I'm letting it show. So maybe I need to do something about me, because I can't change what they say or what they think,
Yeah.
no matter what I do, but I can change me. If they talking about me because I got a bad attitude, maybe I need to change my attitude, not for them, but for me.
What is it? Criticism. What is it? The good kind. Constructive criticism. It's easier for me to accept that from somebody else than somebody coming at me with, you should. Shut up your ass. Those are words I don't use today, that I should do something, Yeah. That's, but that acceptance, I'm going to read this and then we'll talk more about acceptance, because that's where we want to go, right? I'm pissed off. I don't like being pissed off because it doesn't give me what I need, right? So I want to feel better today. I want to be happier. Right? That's the goal. Yes, ma'am.
I like what Eric said. I was thinking, one of the things I've had to do, and it has to be like a daily thing. When you wake up, especially, if you wake up and you already know I'm not feeling good.
Yeah.
Making that conscious decision that I'm gonna make it a good day, and talk positive things to yourself. And I really do find it amazing that when you verbalize it aloud,
yes,
it has an effect on you. So you can come across people throughout your day and they say bad things.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I'm gonna make it a good day.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what you say, doesn't matter what you do. That's not gonna change how I, spend my day. And it actually works. I
does.
Make sure I do that every day, right?
Yeah.
But it really, there's something about the, what the mouth says and the
Yeah.
ears that, and there's this connectivity that happens.
Yeah.
And so it's powerful. It works on the body and stuff.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you. It is what we say that is manifested. I don't, some people believe that all you have to do is say things and they're manifested, but you could, I'm wanting a new car. Well, get a job so you can buy a new car, unless you got a rich uncle, right? So there's manifestation, but you put action behind it. And that's the cool thing. We want a good day, right? I want to have a good day. So I'm going to speak it. I'm going to see it. I'm going to look for it, right? That's what I want. That's what I want today. It says, this is from the big book of Alcoholics Anonymous. It says, and acceptance is the answer to all my problems today. When I am disturbed, it's because I find some person, place, or thing or situation some fact of my life unacceptable to me, I can find no serenity until I accept that person, place, thing, or situation as being exactly the way it's supposed to be at this moment. Exactly the way it's supposed to be at this moment. Nothing, absolutely nothing happens in higher powers world by mistake. Until I could accept my alcoholism, I could not stay sober. Unless I could accept life on life's terms, I cannot be happy. I need to concentrate not so much on what needs to be changed in the world as to what needs to be changed in me, in my attitudes. Ooh, that's good shit right there. That was. I love that. I don't know if it's a definition or just a understanding, a wisdom, but it is. I'm disturbed about something I'm disgruntled. I can't. So I need to do something about it. And what do I need to do? It is that acceptance. I need to accept somebody where they are, the situation that I'm in. I understand that nothing, as sucky as this is, nothing, absolutely nothing happens in higher powers world by mistake. Right? All this seems so much. But I've been told, and I believe that everything I go through, I can use. Nothing has to be wasted. And that's a big part of my acceptance, that I can't, all those things that are coming against me, all that is trying to kill me, my disease is on top of that, I can accept it if I do the action. They told me if I'm upset with somebody, pray for them for 3 weeks. It won't change them, but it'll change us. Right? And 21 days seems to be the heaven. Yes, dear. I was?
Yeah, you're using yourself, and I was waiting to hear what you do to get out of it.
To get out of the disgruntled.
Yes, I guess that's what I'm asking.
In the big book it says, I can't remember, but I call it IBM and itchy bitchy and mad. Yeah. So what do I do today? I've got a lot of coping skills that I don't use. That I'm like, you know what? This is tiring. Sometimes I don't want to take the blanket off that keeps me in anger and being disgruntled and dissatisfied. But if I decide to take that off, talking to myself, talking to people, priority is talking to people who love me, right? I talk to you all. I talk to people on the phone. I call people that I know love me. I go visit them, right? That's where my strength comes from. I'm a very social person, right? But I need that energy from other people. That's what helps me to get to a new space. What I say and what they say has so much power. Yes, sir.
That's why it's good to have a positive network.
That's right. Positive network. Got to have a crew. You got to have a tribe. Got to have a tribe. Oh, we got some folks on. Christy's in the house. She says self-love. Ty's in the house. She says good morning. Christy says acceptance of events and that my HB has that right for me. Right path, inner work, yes. Great class, Sharon and everyone. Oh, good. Acceptance is the answer today. Unfortunately, it's a pain in the ass, but it is the answer. What else about acceptance? How do you all get there? I heard a chuckle.
I deal with this.
Okay.
God grant me for the very simple thing I cannot change. Can't change things I can. And there wasn't another difference.
Absolutely.
Just what it takes. I look at that salary and make today your best day. And that's what every day I want to do. Make every day my best day. I want to grow and keep on growing.
Yeah.
If you don't grow, that's right. Anybody.
Yeah, that serenity prayer makes a big difference,
Right.
doesn't it? Absolutely. It is a set standard for me. It's something I can grab a hold of that most of the time I understand. Right, Robin?
Two things. Like the acceptance of my hands. I finally did that.
Yes.
I have to accept it just like it is. And I think I did it today. And all this past time I've just been getting angry, disgruntled. Then the other thing, I know. I have a situation, family situation with my sister and so forth and so on. And it's just so sad. And I tried to change it. I just wanted to change. I prayed to God and all that stuff. I finally accepted it. Accept it for what it is because I don't have the power to change it.
There you go.
And that goes out of your head. Once you accept it, boom.
It's like a secret. Once you say it, it dissipates. That's like acceptance. Once we take that rock out,
Right.
look at it. Do I need it? No. I might take a little part of it back, though. Yes, David.
One of the things for me about acceptance is my part. Is it my will? Is it something I'm actually trying to control or impose? And like with the having to wait to try to be a PSS, that was maybe a little bit of my will jumping the gun, trying to jump into stuff, because another part of my respite today is like the inside look of some of the things that staff deal with, and yeah, I'm solid in my recovery, but I might not have been to the point where I could have been that available on top of working my recovery. So, my will, even though it's sometimes in the best of intentions, it's not part of the grander scheme that my higher power has laid out for my life. And I gotta accept that, even though my intentions be like right on the money and pure as all can, white as snow, it might not be part of the grand design of what actually needs to happen.
Yeah.
And how and when it needs to happen.
And boy, that's it. When we reach out to help someone and it's not what's supposed to happen, it's like a slap. Yeah.
And that's a big part of my, like I said, my part. Is it actually my will? Is my part in the situation is a big part of acceptance for me, because there's been times in trying to work with others and help and do that 10, 11, and 12 process that without even intending to have caused harm, because I wasn't where I thought I was supposed to, I thought I was to be of help to the best of my ability.
Help, I can't quote who said this. Help isn't help if it doesn't help. You got that? Help isn't help if it doesn't help. I had to wrap my head around that, because my best intentions can screw somebody up.
I was going to add that sometimes I have helped people, but I've ended up hurting myself because I've given out way too much, and then I'm like empty.
For me, one thing that helps me, and it's like it's a daily, like I said, it's a daily thing though. Sometimes it's an hourly thing. But in acceptance, we have to remember, I have to always remember not to have expectations.
Ooh.
Because in accepting something, that means I'm accepting for exactly what it is, exactly where it is. When I put an expectation on it, then I'm going to be disgruntled.
Yeah.
Because it's not going to work the way I want it to work, because it's not about what I want. It's about what my higher power says. And sometimes when we're going to help somebody, said help is not always help unless it's helping. So therefore, my biggest help to someone might be to not help them at all, my way. Steve Smith came to rebound early in my recovery, and I didn't listen to a lot of what he said, but one thing he did say is when he was talking about how one of his coaches pretty much let him go. You know what I mean? Even though he's one of the greatest and all this, They knew that, but because of his attitude, because of his behaviors, they let him go, cut him off, made him go suffer by himself. He said that was the moment when he got better because they stopped feeding into his BS. They made him have to be accountable for his own actions. And he had to go through a process just like we're going through a process. But that process is what's going to make us realize where we're supposed to be.
Absolutely. Yes, sir.
They said, it's 5 miles in the woods, 5 miles out the woods. There's no shortcuts in life.
No.
You know, you try to take shortcuts, that's what? You only cheating yourself. And then when you start cheating yourself, that's what? If they know you fall dead on your face, they know what everybody hates. And guess what? You haven't found that love inside of yourself.
I don't have that love in me. It's hard to see how others can love me. How can you love me? Right? Yeah. Hey, Ronald.
Sometimes you just have to accept the bad for the good.
Yeah. Yeah. They tell me, take what you want closest to what you can get. Take what you can get closest to what you want. So sometimes I'm not going to get what I want, but maybe I'll get something that'll help me. Right? It says, accept the truth and be thankful. The truth of what I've done, the truth of how I'm acting, the truth of who I am. That's deep.
How do you get to that truth? Why,
How
by
do we
just
get?
knowing what you're like on the inside?
It's a coming of understanding of ourselves, an understanding of ourselves, of why we do what we do, the why behind the what. This is just my opinion, but I think that when I know myself better, when I'm able to look at those things, it's easier. It's easier to find the truth in myself because I'm not a piece of shit today. It took me a long time to find that out.
Right.
I had to have people tell me, then I had to tell myself.
If you hurt somebody's feelings accidentally, you're not so bad you have to make amends to them, but you do it yourself, say, I'm sorry, and then you go inside of yourself and say, try to fix that, don't do that so much, right?
Yeah. They told me that when you make amends, we don't say we're sorry. We ask them how they want us to make it up to them, right? If I owe somebody $1,000 and I go up to them and I'm like, man, I'm really sorry. I hate that I did what I did to you and I stole your money. I have your money right here. They may say, thank you. I don't want to see you again. Blah, blah, blah. You're a thief. Or they may say, you know what? Thank you. Or don't worry about it. I see that you're doing the right thing.
Right.
But I do the right thing.
Right.
I have the cash in
And
hand.
that's how we get to know ourselves.
That's how we get to know ourselves, by doing those things that I can identify that's in me.
Okay.
I am a good person, right? I am worthy. I am kind. I am.
Right.
And the more I find out a bit about what I am, I think the easier it is to find out what the truth is about me. I'm going to ask you, can you read that? Because I can't.
And it says accountability for myself and for others. I enable others' behaviors and myself. I harm others and myself.
Enabling. I'm looking for a good enabler if anyone would like to sign up for that.
For a while.
Yeah, the pay sucks, and so does the benefits. So
I'll get right on that.
get right on that. And when I enable, I am hurting someone. I'm doing too much, giving too much, stopping them from doing for themselves. And that I spent many a day in Al-Anon trying to figure out how not to try to control other people, right? And I'm not good at it because I want that control. I want people to do what the hell I want them to do. Because if they did what I wanted them to do, it all turned out all right, right? Because I know. Did y'all know who I am? Well, but what were we talking about? Acceptance? That's good. Little train.
Getting to know how we are, who we are.
The
And
truth, or are you talking about?
Oh, yeah, the truth.
the truth. Look at it. Oh, the book that I read,
Yeah,
that book in there says.
yeah. The fifth,
It talks about the truth. And the truth is, well, it's so hard for me to describe. The truth is, that is sky. And then when you say that sky is blue, never mind, it's just too long.
it's our perception.
Yeah, it's our perception, but the truth is under that. You have to get the perception out of the way when the truth is there.
Yes. Good
Yeah,
morning.
objective, but it's for it to be true.
You know, that-
There must be some objectivity for it to be true.
Yeah.
You can't perception or so it will vary, because everybody's perception is
Exactly,
different.
that's what it's talking about.
And the
And the truth is underneath all that.
truth is underneath today, but I'm not quite there.
Uh-huh,
My perception may not be
right,
the truth.
not right.
You know, it may not be the truth of society,
Um,
but it still may be my truth.
You know, when I was out there and so forth and so on, my truth was really like, screwed, you know? I thought those people were talking about me and my perception of how they looked and my perception what I should do, it was all mucked up. The whole thing was mucked up. And so that's why I just, perception is a weird thing.
It
You know,
is.
I may say that tree's blue, you say it's blue.
If I see it, a doctor asked a friend of mine, do you see and hear things that aren't there? And he said, they're there for me. How the hell would I know? How true is that? Of course it's real. My perception says this is real, right? So I want it to be real for me.
The truth is elusive.
It is. It is. What do you mean?
What I mean is, like, somebody could come in here, for example, and, you may ask everybody to describe that person.
Okay.
And we all could be subjective about what the person looks like, but then there's the reality.
Yeah.
So the way I look at it, truth is objective.
Right.
But then everybody, because we're all individuals and we come from different backgrounds, all kinds of things may have impacted
Yes.
how we see things.
Ooh, our past experience.
Whatever ideas we have regarding people, culture, all kinds of things
Right.
affect how we see things.
Yeah.
But then there's reality. So then we can say, if you're really looking for the truth, right?
Uh-huh.
Well, that person is dressed a certain way. It's not, well, I think the color is red, but another said, well, I think it's orange. Well, we do have a standard as to what those colors look like.
Yeah.
So that evades
Mhm.
perception
Mhm.
because there is truth regarding how a person looks, right? Maybe how they sound. There's truth regarding that. So it gets kind of murky if we start thinking our perception is truth, because truth is objective.
Right. Thank you so much.
Our truths can be different. And they can be different at different times. Do you think that?
Our ideas of truth, but truth itself is objective.
Got you.
And that's what I'm saying. Just depending on where we are in life and different circumstances can affect how we see truth. But truth itself is objective.
Okay. I got you.
When you say no, that's absolute.
Yes.
The truth is absolute. There's no in between it. There's no sideways to it. It is what it is. Truth.
Okay. My truth is what it is. See, but no is a tough one. And I had something about no, damn it. Say that again. That completes the session. Your 50 minutes are up. I don't know what the hell we're talking about.
when someone tells you no,
Yes.
there's no need to further explain, advocate, or anything. The person said no.
Gotcha.
You have to accept that
Yes.
as no.
As no. I can accept no, but when I get more information, it may change that. Okay, no is no. No is no. No, I can't do that.
That's it.
And I go away. No is no, but Robin tells me, I really need your help. My foot is really hurting and I can't walk today. Can you give me a ride? No. Well, now I have more information. So I'm more likely not to say no. I'm more likely to say yes. Because of that information, no. But sometimes information more, if I can give more clarity, I can switch because of my compassion from no to yes. Henry, I see what you're saying. This is black and white in the world, and there is some black and white in the world, I think, but there's a hell of a lot of gray. We sit in it. Whole lot of gray. Yes, sir.
So with the yes and no things, and when I do agree from they are absolutes. With that example you just gave, for me, if I don't want to give you a ride, all the things that you can say about that doesn't change that I don't want to give you a ride.
Yes.
Now, if I have that more information, I might change and say, yes, I will give you a ride. So yes, I'm going to give you a ride, but do I want to? It's still a no.
Oh, gotcha.
I still don't want to.
Yeah.
But I'm willing to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, I like that.
Kind of pertains
That's
to our
good.
choices.
That's a choice.
We always have choices.
You have a choice.
And it's astonishing how often we forget that we have a choice in who we are, how we want to be, how we treat people, how we
Treat
react or
ourselves.
respond, and how we treat ourselves. And, that's a fundamental part that people often overlook.
Yeah.
When they get caught up in the day-to-day or hustle and bustle. But that can be the reason I use the word fundamental is because it's just part of the foundation of the process that I have those choices of, how I treat myself, how I treat others, and what kind of quality of life I want.
Oh, yeah.
And that's, for me, that goes hand in hand with like the choices that I make and, the why behind the what.
Yeah. Yeah. Knowing myself and making those choices based on who I am, who I really am, not what I've done in the past, but who I really am. I did some bad things in my past, but that wasn't who I was.
Yeah,
that's why it bothered me so much.
And who I am, that's a big spectrum of, and that's based on the type of choices that I used to make to the kind of choices I strive to make now.
Absolutely. Choices are big.
Another thing in choices is all still based on acceptance. The reason why we choose to make different choices now is because we choose to set boundaries and accept something different than we used to. See, before we were okay with, drinking, drugging, partying, doing whatever it was we doing, having breakdowns, having fits. We were okay with that. When we became not ourselves, regardless of what anybody was saying about us, we chose to accept that we are more, that we can be more. So we choose to accept to change.
Okay, thank you. I'm done. You don't need me. That was cool. That was beautiful. That was beautiful. Yes, sir.
Once you take the blinders off, like you said, you gotta come inside. Take out the garbage and put some good stuff down there. And when you realize that you put some good stuff down there, you can put that garbage away for you and live your life.
Yeah.
Because you love yourself.
When that happens, when that light goes on, I like that. You take the garbage out and put in the good.
Yeah.
It is like a wound. You clean out
Right.
the gunk and you put in the medicine.
Clean house.
Clean house. Absolutely. Absolutely. Acceptance is the answer today. Which sucks, but that's what I'm stuck with. We fight what we can fight. We fight what we're led to do, but there's so much we've got to accept. So much we've got to accept. And I'm going to read this one more time because it hits me so hard, if y'all don't mind. And if you do, I'm going to pray about the sponsor. And acceptance is the answer to all my problems today. When I'm disturbed, it's because I find some person, place, thing, or situation, some fact of my life unacceptable to me. I can find no serenity until I accept that person, place, thing, or situation as being exactly the way it's supposed to be at this moment. Nothing, absolutely nothing happens in higher powers world by mistake. Until I accept my alcoholism, I could not stay sober. Unless I accept life completely on life's terms, I cannot be happy. I need to concentrate not so much on what needs to be changed in the world as to what needs to be changed in me and my attitudes. Oh, I like that a lot. That sums it up for me. And I like how it ends. Change me and my attitudes.
What's the bus going by?
I don't know.
The detour.
Oh. Yes, sir.
Like people think drinking and drugging it's an answer to yourself. You know what? You have to learn clean your act up and do something different. Recovery is about attitude and behavior. You have to change your attitude and behavior for the recovery. You can start drinking drugs and all you want to, but your same attitude you stay.
Easiest thing to do is to quit drinking. It's what comes after that. Change your attitudes and behaviors. Exactly right. Because those are the only two things we can control. Absolutely. But it's all about me. That's why I went to Al-Anon, because they talk about control. They don't talk anything about drinking or drugging or anything. They go right to the core of it. Didn't like it at all. Thought they were talking about me for a long time.
I have seen people that stop drinking drugs. They're nasty people.
Yeah, you gotta have something if you gotta have something make you happy.
Put garbage there and taking drugs and alcohol, push it away.
Yeah.
But you got garbage there.
Yeah. I used to drink hard liquor because it burned and kept the bile down. You know, I just whew. And acceptance is the answer to all our problems today. I like that. I like that. Because it is. I got no choice in it. It's the easier, softer way to just accept.
It is, because if you fight, I fight a lot of times. And then I go, why am I fighting? I can't do anything about it. Acceptance.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's not mine to fight, or I don't have to fight it today.
I do that a lot.
Yeah.
Just
Maybe
need to
tomorrow.
do it.
Maybe tomorrow I'll fight it. And that's okay. As I accept things, as I embrace things as being exactly as it's supposed to be.
Right.
It just makes life easier. Right. Yeah, nice deep breath. Absolutely. Absolutely. I want to thank the folks outside. I want to thank my crew in here. The brilliance, the wisdom. I love it. Absolutely. All right. Keep peace, share love. We got the warm line, 833-390-7728. Share this if you would. I want to thank y'all for being out there. Have a fabulous Monday.